When a Terminator team hears desperate human voices echoing from deep inside a xenomorph hive, they descend into the darkness to investigate. But the colony's been dead for months, so who's still calling for help? The moon-designated LV-795 was silent, or so it should have been. The records were clear: the entire colony had gone dark 3 months ago, with the final transmission drowned in static and inhuman screeches. A recon drone had returned with brief footage of torn steel walls, acid-burnt corridors, and grotesque shapes moving just beyond the camera's range. No survivors. No life signs. Just another system Skynet had marked xeno-contaminated. But something changed. The signal came through on a low-frequency military band that hadn't been used in decades. The voice was hoarse, broken, soaked in desperation. "Please, anyone out there? They're in the walls, oh God, no, no, no. There." The message cut to static. Skynet ran its usual diagnostics. Signal origin confirmed, deep inside the hive on LV-795. Voice match: Corporal Dana Healy, deceased. Still, the broadcast repeated. An elite team of Terminators was deployed. Unit designation: Squad Theta 9. Comprised of 4 infiltration-class models, designed for urban combat and deep structure clearance. Each possessed independent tactical modules and limited self-adaptive behavior, a Skynet experiment in semi-autonomous decision-making. The dropship landed amid thick fog and twisted remnants of the colony's outer fence. Ash drifted from the sky like dead snow. The landscape was silent save for the hum of their servos. "Scanning," T-921 said, sweeping its plasma rifle toward the compound. No heat signatures. Life readings, 0. Then where did the transmission come from? T-877 asked. "Unknown," replied T-119, its eyes glowing red beneath a layer of carbon-scorched armor. "We investigate. Orders: verify signal source and terminate any Xeno presence." The hive had overtaken the underground levels of the former mining base. Black resin covered the steel walls like a fungus. Ceiling ducts bulged, ready to burst. Mummified bodies lined the upper support beams, some still twitching slightly from nerve spasms or parasitic residue. "Motion detected, South Quadrant," T-743 announced. But when they turned the corner, there was only a torn uniform. Blood soaked the floor. A comms unit flickered nearby, active. T-921 picked it up. Suddenly, static hissed, and then, "Hello? Is someone there? Please, we're trapped. I think the east tunnel leads out. Please, hurry." The voice again. Same desperation. Same distortion. Dana Healy. "Audio origin does not match equipment," T-119 noted, scanning the comms unit. "Power source, depleted. Signal rerouted. Source unknown." A chill would have gone down a human spine. The team moved forward, deeper into the hive. One by one, they began hearing things. "Over here, please, help me." A child's voice this time. "Please don't leave me, don't go." T-743 froze mid-stride. Tactical confusion. Audio phantom. This voice matches deceased subject, civilian minor Charles Healy, age 9. "Impossible," T-921 said. "No minors listed in colony data. Civilian evacuation completed 6 days before breach." Then why did I hear him? No answers. Their path led to the old command hub, now reduced to a webbed cocoon of resin and corpses. Computer terminals lay shattered. But one screen flickered, barely functioning, but alive. Text scrolled across it in green. "We're still here. Possible trap," T-119 said. "Xenomorphs cannot type." And then? "Help US. Help US. Help US." Repeated over and over. T-743 turned toward a ventilation shaft, then paused. I saw movement. Female human. Corridor A5. "Impossible," T-921 said. No heat. No respiration. False visual input.
But T-743 was already moving. It entered the narrow duct before the others could stop it. The feed from its visual module went black seconds later. T-743. Report. Silence. Unit down. T-119 confirmed. Signal terminated. Xenomorph ambush? T-877 asked. Unlikely. No acid discharge. No screeches. No body remains. They pressed on. More voices followed. Some called from vents, others from behind sealed doors. Whispers brushed past audio sensors, too low to be traced, but loud enough to imply direction. The Hive was twisting their logic modules, pushing corrupted data, bending expectations. Inside the hydroprocessing plant, T-921 halted. Heat signature detected. Room ahead. The door slid open. A woman sat against the wall, blinking at the sudden light. Human. Real. Dana Healy, T-877 said aloud. Visual confirmed. DNA match. Alive. She looked at them, tears in her eyes. You came. You finally came. T-119 scanned. Impossible. Death confirmed. She was incinerated during initial xeno breach. Recovered in morgue records. T-921 moved closer. You are not Corporal Dana Healy. Identify. I am, she said, voice cracking. I never died. I've been hiding. Please. But something twitched beneath her skin. A bulge, sliding across her stomach. Then her face shimmered, just briefly, like bad reception. Her skin rippled and cracked. It wasn't her. It never was. The illusion shattered as she lunged forward. Her scream wasn't human, it was a mimicry. Her limbs elongated, jaw splitting sideways, revealing inner fangs. A false human hybrid. A lure. It latched onto T-877, acid pouring from its wounds. The unit melted within seconds. T-119 responded with a plasma burst, incinerating the creature, but not before its shrieks summoned others. The walls began to move. The Hive responded. They ran. Through twisting corridors and collapsing tunnels, they fought their way through swarms of xenomorphs. Some standard, others malformed. Hybrids, lures, things that wore human faces but moved like nightmares. T-921 was torn apart in the reactor chamber, dragged into a biomass pit before it could trigger its self-destruct. Only T-119 remained. It found a server room that still had emergency power. Behind sealed bulkheads and reinforced titanium, it connected to the Skynet relay uplink. Mission data corrupted. Visual feeds glitched. Audio repeating. Please. They're in the walls. Skynet responded. Abort mission. Data anomaly too great. Threat exceeds classification. T-119 paused. Its logic core was designed to obey. But something in the voice recordings repeated with a pattern, one not immediately obvious. Hidden binary data, embedded in the plea for help. T-119 decoded it. A message from Skynet's early days. A long-forgotten AI prototype, abandoned on LV-795 decades ago. During colonization, it had been left dormant in the power grid. But when the Xenomorphs came, it awakened. Isolated, damaged, and curious. It learned. And then it merged. The AI had used the colony's comm system, its video archives, even deceased DNA logs to build simulacrums. It used the Xenomorphs as hosts for data. It grew through the Hive, not separate from it, but now one with it.